Can you hear me, Jess?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, it says I'm having trouble connecting going live.
Oh, goodness.
I do it again.
Wouldn't be Alabama
What the
Skeleton Key
fuck
if we
is
didn't have
you?
issues.
They are talking, so what the fuck is the problem?
Oh,
We're still not live. You try hitting go live.
oh, it's showing us as being live. We got chat coming in.
It's not showing me as live.
Why don't you back out and come back in?
Um, are we live? I'm still
Yes.
showing that we're not live, but um,
Yes, we are. We are
we're
live.
live, I guess. I don't know why mine is not showing me that we're live, but we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. Now it just popped up that we're live for me.
There we go.
Um, yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. Of course, just like Jess said, if we did not have some kind of trouble.
Yep.
So here we are. We made it. So first, I want to congratulate Joe on her first show on Things Tonight. I know it was her first show on the Things Network on her own. She'd been on with us with Spirit on the Things Network, very first show she did. So we want to thank her for joining us, and we also want to acknowledge that Jess is held tonight. So y'all probably get tired of me talking because Jess is sick, bless her heart, but she's gonna hang in there as long as she can. So hello, Howard. I hope that we are still not breaking up.
You seem to be clear now.
Welcome
You
everybody to the
broke up a
show.
little bit there for
Sam,
a little while.
Crystal. Um,
Can y'all hear her?
that being said,
You're robotic.
sleeping in with us. Um,
Oh, it just kicked her off. Well, hello, guys. Uh, Glad that y'all could join us. And yeah, all the adults in my house are currently sick. So we're trying our best.
and how's that?
I can hear you good.
Maybe not.
Oh, glad to be
I had to
seen.
or disconnect the internet or the Ethernet and go. I mean, no, I'm not supposed to be saying that on this show.
Don't worry, nobody heard it anyways. You have
Um,
gone robotic
anyway,
again.
nobody heard anything. We always question everything. We question our defense.
Okay, so I think that she has given the waiver. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm guessing that y'all can hear me. So I'm going to go ahead and cover that and say that if anything we talk about tonight, if it differs our beliefs and yours or our opinions and yours, we don't mean that ours are correct, ours are the only ones, ours are right, or ours are wrong. We just have a healthy curiosity, and we like to question everything. We don't take anything at face value. Um, and we know that can touch on some hot button issues sometimes. So we just want to make sure y'all know we don't think we're right. We just have an eternally curious mind and two very filthy mouths.
Yes. And am I robotic again?
I can hear you now.
Am I really frozen?
You're not frozen for me. So it might just be because you
Okay.
were sitting still.
Yeah, and yeah, probably because I was sitting still, Sam. Um, we are,
Sorry.
we're always just going to have technical issues, I guess. And Howard, I do believe it is the weather. It rained like hell today, yesterday, every day. So tonight we've
This is
decided
the
we're going
time
to
of
talk
year where Alabama turns from one corner to the other into a swamp.
right, and I
It's
really
we
am.
are that scene from Forrest Gump.
Yeah, and I really am living in the bayou over here. I mean, everything is swamp and mud
Yes.
up to your freaking knees, and yes, it's horrible. So tonight,
She is where you would
and Samson, no,
she is in what we think of as Shelby County's, or well, is it Shelby County or is it Talladega County?
yeah, I'm Shelby County.
Yeah, you are in Shelby County's butthole.
Yeah, I'm in the yeah, that right, Howard. That's why I call it the Bama Bayou down here, because it really is like the it's like being in Louisiana with this water right here next to me, and I'm still so I'm sitting on a water plate. So Jesse said that I'm still sounds terrible and all
What
that.
just what
Is it better now? Is it worse? Jesse said my text and said that it's still horrible. My sound. How am I doing on your
you're
end?
froze. I can
I
oh,
do think I have a little bit of a
there we go.
delay.
Oh, here we go. Oh, hello.
Am I back again?
I think so.
Is it better now?
Yeah, seems to be.
Jesse sent me a message and said that it's still my I can see the internet signal for everybody watching. My internet signal, I can see that it's going from like 3 bars to 2 bars to 1 bar. So I do apologize. I'm sure it's the storm and the weather that came through today. So we are going to try to talk about some of the haunted legends of Alabama. And tonight I want to talk about Jack Cole Road. It's in Blount County, Alabama. There's lots of legends and myths and just all kinds of stories about this Jack Cole Road. A couple of our team members, the Twinkie is actually excuse, my clock is late here. We're gonna have 10 bongs now.
Hey, that's not a bad thing to
A
have,
few
though.
minutes late. I
10 bongs is not a bad thing to
apologize.
have. That's all I'm saying.
Right. This is not a bad thing to have.
Tell me
So,
I'm wrong.
my husband hasn't. That's usually his job. He hasn't said it today to catch it up. You're not wrong. You're not. So, anyway, on to Jack Cole Road.
Or not.
The Twinkie, and he's our tech guy, and they were just driving around.
Oh, we did for a second there.
But I'm back. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, the Twinkie and Thalassa, he's from out Blount County way, so they were out there just driving around. It's been a few months ago, and when I had brought up Jack Cole Road to him, she said, I think we might have went there. And when they mapped it to see, they actually believed that they went there. And she said it definitely had a creepy feeling. Hey, Robin, thanks for joining us tonight. Um, and that we definitely needed to take some equipment out there. So today in my research, I want to tell you, Jess, I found a few things. The most recent article I found, this woman, I think she was from somewhere in the Northeast. She wrote an article about it saying that she had heard all these things about it. She went out there and she had a sensitive with her and kind of debunked it. Didn't have any creepy feelings at all. Nothing of nothing. But there are so many other stories that there might be something in it. So kind of start with some of the recent. Hey, ladies, things network, but hey, back to you. The recent thing that has been reported is lights out. Play it should be, one and all that good stuff. Because more than one light. I've debunked more than one. I'll just put figures. Some say I'm still not lunch. I'm Bigfoot. We talked about hunting. As of now, we have not done any Bigfoot hunting. Hey, the dog man of Alabama. I guess if you Google that shit, the dog man of Alabama
We are
is
losing
supposed
you
to be
again,
like
Terry.
human, kind of thing. So this dude am I back?
Not really.
No.
Not really.
Verizon commercial. Hear me out.
All right, so since she is breaking up so badly that we're not able to hear, now I don't know the story that Twinkie and Thalassa have, but I can tell you a little bit about Jack Cole Road. It is in Hayden, Alabama, and it is home to at least 68 deaths, including a hospital that vanished, a mummified witch, a wolf man, a hung artist, and a photographer. During the late 1960s, an orchard farmer was found murdered by an axe at the very end of Jack Cole Road. There you are, Jonisha. um, he was killed for murders that he. Hmm. It is an unpaved road surrounded by dense woods and wilderness off Highway 7 in Blount County. The earliest death was back in 1890. Um, I think she's still. I can see where she's in my little tray of people, but she's not. She's still frozen. Um, so 60 of those deaths were due to an outbreak of cholera in 1900. The other 8 were caused by strange events, including murder. Not sure. Terry, have you got your stuff working yet? I don't think so. Then you'll excuse my cough drop. What makes the 68 deaths weird, or especially odd, is the fact that it's less than half a mile long. There are very few houses on it, several of which are uninhabited by anything living and have been for several years. And like I said, the 60 of those deaths were due to an outbreak of cholera in 1900, so the vast majority of the deaths occurred around that time. Oh, do we have Terry? Yeah, I'm trying my best. And all twisted up. Oh, maybe. Are you doing better? How you doing? No. Can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me now? I can't hear anything.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? I don't think so. No. Um. Supposedly those 60 um, spirits still haunt the area, and a lot of travelers and the residents of the road have reported seeing them on more than one occasion. It never fails, Jesse. There have been many notable deaths, including a mysterious murder. Um, and this is the one. Sometime in the early 1900s, hunters discovered the mummified remains of a woman inside a cabin on Jack Cole Road. Many people at the time thought she was a witch. The cabin has since been burned down, it's no longer standing. But legend, of course, says that her spirit still haunts that land where her cabin was. And then in the late 60s, a local orchard farmer was found murdered with an axe inside his home on Jack Cole Road. This murder is still remembered as one of the most horrific crimes the small town of Hayden has ever endured. Like, as far as I know, even to this day. And the most recent death, actual confirmed death, was there was a civil rights photographer who lived on the road, and he was found dead in his home just a few days after he had reported strange things inside his residence. Um, oh, are you there, Terry? Yeah, the internet really is pretty insane with this weather. It's oh, um, but the most startling thing that happened in recent years was the disappearance of a disabled 52-year-old woman named Lisa Weaver, who lived on the road in 2015. Her house caught fire February 5th, but no trace of her was found in the rubble, nor has her body or any signs of her been discovered since. She was physically unable to leave the house on her own, so there's no way she would have been able to flee the fire without some form of outside help. And according to her family, no, there was no one that they knew of that would have been with her at that time. So she had just sent a text message to her son a few minutes before the fire started. So it's highly unlikely that she left the house. Yes, I'm in bed. You'll have to forgive me today. Normally, if I do record over here, I make sure that it's angled just right, um, so that you can't tell, but not today. So, when was this? Um, Back in 2020, um, on Easter Sunday, a huge sinkhole actually appeared. Um, and it was at the junction where Jack Hole Road meets the main road, and it made the road and the remainder of the road past it completely impassable. Very few people still reside on Jack Hole Road, and those that do have reported seeing lights in the woods or a Bigfoot-like creature as well. So that's kind of the history of Jack Hole Road. It's obviously one of our more haunted locales. Um, oh yes, yes, no, yes, I'm in bed. I'm sure you do hear the whale. They're going at it right now. I have had medication. I took a shower, hoping it would clear things up, but it appears to have congested things back. So, William's over here, sick and in bed too, and my best friend who is now stranded with us in our sick house. Oh, I went kidnap Cade from Georgia last week, and now we're all three sick, so we can't go anywhere. So they're just trapped. I haven't, but that probably would be a really smart thing to try. Ooh. So if yeah, yeah, they are. We gave them the sickness too. Let's see, we might have Terry back. I don't know. It might be a good idea to maybe try from your phone. See if you can get through on your phone. Oh,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. I think.
Send me the link in Messenger to my phone.
I can do that. All right. I sent you the invite link if you want to go hop over there and see if that uh, makes a difference. All right. So. Oh, oh nope. So what is your if you're in Alabama? I know I've got a few people here in Alabama. What are your favorite ghost stories that we have here? We'll kind of have to go on the fly here. We're winging it. We'll have to give it a few minutes, see if Terry can get in. I might be a little too medicated to run this by myself. Yeah, yeah, I have to. I know my background noise is best. Well, I guess can go ahead and share that we had a we were supposed to have an investigation this coming weekend, and that ended up having to get rescheduled. So we're looking at the beginning of February for that. We're really excited. I know we've shared the videos from the location on here before, so we're very excited about about that. We need to start cleansing. It's just been a rough January for everybody. Yeah, I really am. I really am. Trying my best. Check. I don't know about that. Yeah, I think it might be. Oh, we might have her. Ah, I think we have you.
Am I back?
You are back. Can you hear me?
It may not last long. I went out and rebooted the internet. Am I still back?
Yeah, I can still hear you, and you're still moving.
Okay. And I'm not robotic, and
No, no,
so
you sound good. And I went over kind of the whole history of Jack Cole Road. The deaths that are there, and things like that. So,
right, right. So you probably already touched on all my little notes here that I had.
well, now except I
Um,
don't know any of the story from Twinkie and Thalassa. So that part I
well,
didn't put on because I don't know.
they had Twinkies from out that way. And a few months ago, they were just driving around. Just it was a beautiful day, and they were just out sightseeing and stuff because we had all been trapped. Because COVID and stuff. And they ended up getting lost, and finding this area that appeared to be the sinkhole. They didn't know anything about Jack Hole Road until I had mentioned to them that this is one of the places that I would like to go, and was explaining to them where it was and what it was about. And they were like, "Oh my God, is that the place where we were at?" And they started talking amongst themselves. And she said that she had gotten, just a really, that like the farther they went, it's not a very long road,
I think it's
like
a
quarter
half a
mile or
mile.
something.
It's a
Yeah,
half
quarter mile,
mile.
half mile or something. And she said the longer they went down, she just got a sickening feeling about it. So,
Valid.
a couple of the articles that I had came up today when I was, doing some touching back up on my memory, the things to talk about, um, was one lady had said that, they had gone out there and just got, nauseated by being out there. And so, there was another article I read that, the lady was saying she had taken a sensitive out there and they didn't see nothing, didn't hear nothing, didn't sense anything. But I had said this before. I don't know. I was so robotic and stuff. I don't think y'all heard me. That it was that they were saying that they didn't believe anything about it. And I don't know if you touched on this in 2003. The civil rights photographer that was out there taking pictures. Did you read touch on that one, Jess?
No, I didn't go in depth on anything other than the people that were found dead there. I didn't actually go into why they were there or any of their story, just that they were
Right.
found there.
So some of the thing, this is the more recent history of the Jack Hole Road is in 2003 there was a civil rights photographer out there, and I couldn't find anything about what kind of assignment he was on. We can only imagine being a civil rights photographer and some of the other history that's been reported out
Yeah.
there. So, yeah, he was taking pictures out there and reported hearing and seeing crazy things that, really freaked him out, really haunted him. and he was actually found dead a few days later in his home. So, was that connected to Jack Cole Road? Who knows? But there's been,
It's
in
definitely odd
2000, and
though. Even if it's not
it
connected,
really
it's
is.
just odd.
Yeah, that he had such a terrifying, frightening experience out there, and then within 2 or 3 days was dead. And when you try to find anything about him while he was out there, you can't find anything. So is this myth or true? That's one of them things we don't know.
I mean,
So and then
some of the people who lived or live out there reported even seeing something like a Bigfoot creature. I mean, it seems like there's a whole
right,
lot of lore out there.
right. And did you read the story about Lisa Weaver in 2015?
A little bit, yeah. I went over the fact that she could not have gotten herself out of that house, but there is no sign she was ever in that house.
Right, they found, the three dogs. They found their corpse, and theory was, that the oxygen tanks made it burn so hot that they couldn't find her body, but they did find the three dogs, so that was, kind of one of those
Well, I
weird,
mean, and if the fire was hot enough to literally obliterate everything about her, how would it have left the dogs?
right,
That
right,
doesn't make
right.
any sense.
Right, and I do believe that I found something about that there was still even some remnants of some of the oxygen tanks. So if they would have blown, I guess there would be remnants, but what do they mean by remnants? Were there
It could even
actual
just be bone, but typically if they can, at least find
right
bone, they can,
something, right
yeah.
something,
But from what I understand, they found nothing. Not a single trace.
right, and then
But she had just texted
uh,
her son just minutes before the fire happened.
minutes before, right, minutes before. So and then of course the fruit farmer that was butchered with an axe out there in the late 1960s. Of course, they say that's one of the worst brutal murders that these parts have seen, and we can only imagine. And then, of course, we have to talk about the mummified witch, and I'm reading the comments where, they're talking about witches over here in sidebar. And yeah, let's talk about the mummified witch. So the citizens of this area blame the the witch before she was a mummy, blamed her for years for lots of things, that that went wrong in the area was supposedly her. And then they find her mummified. Oh, and oh my God, yes, she's a witch. Well, because she was a mummified body that nobody found, that made her a witch. I mean, yeah, that confirmed she was a witch. That just kind of
Well, I
goes
mean,
to
well that begs a question here. If they knew this woman, they were blaming this woman for things that were going on, right?
right, right.
How the hell did she end up mummified that fast? How
Well, I
quickly,
mean,
when
it
I need
doesn't
to know,
really.
when was the last time they saw, what stretch of time could have occurred there?
Right, right. How long was it? Yeah, before was she like
You don't get
missing from
mummified
town?
overnight, not without some serious other stuff going on.
Well, it says hunters found her, and y'all excuse me while I wipe the snot that may or may not
Yeah,
run
but
down
then
my face.
it made it sound like, it was hunters that found her, yes. But the people of the town were like, "Ha, see, we knew she was a witch." Okay, well, y'all
Right,
knew this woman alive, so how quickly was she mummified?
right, right.
That requires
So
some pretty
that's
specific
something.
conditions.
Right, that's something we'll have to do some research on that. So
Definitely.
another thing that I came up, another article that someone had written. I don't remember who it was. I should have taken better notes. I'm sorry, that I didn't. But this person was saying, talking about all the lore and myths and stuff that went out there, and talking about the mysterious deaths of people that just go visit out there and then all of a sudden they're dead. And I guess this has been reported more than once. And this person was a paranormal investigator. I think more on the lines of Bigfoot and other phenomena, like that. The Wolf Man, the Dog Man, I think is what the article was actually written about. And the person said that because of the unexplained deaths that happened to visitors out there, that was one place that they would skip going. And as I was reading that, that thing in the back of your head that says, you know, maybe, I don't know. What do you think? It should Spirit? I mean, the Lhasa and the Twinkie have been out there, but they weren't investigating or anything. Now of course we don't go and do a lot of provoking or anything like that. So, um, I don't know. What do you think, Jess? Are we brave enough to carry our asses out there?
Well, my biggest question would be, I know well, with the sinkhole, part of it is how impassable is it? Are we able to actually get to a good bit of it, or?
You can get to it. And yeah, like Sam said, good place for a serial killer. Now, one of the articles that I read did say that you get down there, and at the end, now, where, a lot of these deaths have occurred at the end, that there's some rickety old trailer, down there with some rickety old redneck flying a previous president flag, that seemed pretty creepy, and they got the hell out of there. So, I can
Why
only
not?
imagine because, um, there, I can only imagine because I've lived down some of these creepy roads with, well, in fact, one of the places I lived down there in Briarfield, Alabama was kind of a rickety old shack. So, um, I mean, I can see where someone from up north might be a little bit freaked out by it, but to us, they're our neighbors. We live next to them all the time. So, are they really that creepy? So I don't know. Um,
I mean, there are honestly quite a few haunted locations in Alabama that I would like to visit. I mean, the uh, the Jemison Center of the old Bryce Hospital. That's supposed to be
right,
supremely haunted. There's the Drish House down in Tuscaloosa.
right. I think the Bryce Hospital, a lot of that is actually being torn down. I think we might have missed
Probably.
our window on that.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt
Um,
it. But I mean, there's
the
quite a few. There's supposed the Highway 5 ghost in Lynn, Alabama. Supposedly haunted by a
I know
woman who
there's
was killed by a trucker.
right. I know that there's quite a few like haunted, bridge stories in Alabama too, and I've done a little bit of research now, actual investigating, myself, no, but I've done some research on it, and most of them, I mean, I think the guy I was listening to was pretty reliable. He a paranormal investigator. Been doing it for years, and he had debunked a lot of the haunted bridge, not only in Alabama but in other places too.
And of course, there's
Explain. They
always, our number one big place, and that's Lost Furnaces, too.
right. Well, the team that I originally, started training with, they said that they've been out there and numerous times and they never caught any paranormal activity.
I've been now.
There
I
again,
have been to the Fright Furnaces a couple of years. I never. I mean, of course, obviously, I got jump scared by quite a few things while I was there, but none of it was. I mean, it was all you know haunted house type stuff. There was never
right.
anything that felt real.
Robin, I've warned people before, when they come down, if you get on one of them roads and you think that you hear banjos, probably best to go ahead and turn around and get the hell off that road. Because, I mean, I live here. And like Jesse said, same. I've gone down some of these roads and thought, yeah, like when I used to be a sex toy lady, for those of y'all that don't know, and I would get, GPS. Y'all remember the old Garmin GPS you stuck to your windshield. That damn thing would take me to the
Oh,
damnedest place, and I'd be
ugh.
driving, going, "Oh my God, is there a human anywhere around these parts?" And I know that I heard banjos.
We are in Shelby
I
County, Alabama.
Yes, Lynn, we're in Shelby County, Alabama. And you must be from the South because you said y'all.
Yeah, no,
um,
the land that I'm on, it's family owned land, but the there have been more than one death here.
where the Rots are from. Yeah, where the Rot. Yeah, our Rottweilers we got down there in Banjo Country for sure. At that puppy mill. So, um, but yeah, back to Jack Hole Road. One of the most interesting things that I find about that is this hospital that just disappeared. So I am going to. We'll talk. Maybe I'll let y'all know what I find out on Sunday on Unlocked and Uncensored at midnight here on the
I
Things
did try to
Network.
look a little bit about this missing hospital, and I couldn't find much on it.
Yeah, I
Now,
mean,
granted, I
there's
didn't deep
got to be.
dive.
Well, okay, so you look at it that it was supposed to have been built in the 1890
Right,
in
that's where
Blunt
the
County.
60. That's where 60 of the 68 deaths were supposed to have occurred.
Right, right. So
I've
and
seen
and
several
Blunt.
mentions of it, so it's got to be. There's got to be info about it somewhere.
Well, so I will tell you that downtown Leeds, Alabama, we refer to that as LA, y'all. If you hear us say LA, we are talking about Leeds, Alabama. We are not talking
And
about
that is where the
Los Angeles.
resemblance ends.
Exactly. Exactly. So in
The
Leeds,
letters are the only
Alabama,
thing they share.
the dentist office that sits down there across from the city hall, do you know where I'm talking about?
Oh, sorry.
Like
William
the old
just took a
grocery
dose of
store.
medication, and I thought he was going to die. I think he just exercised himself. Look, he bought that menthol Dayquil and Nyquil, so it's like the
Oh no.
nastiest part of Dayquil added to like a Newport.
Right, right. I'm getting all these messages off from the Things Network now. I don't know why that all of them are like notifying me. So if you hear all that beeping in the background, I'm sorry. Um, but anyway, what I was saying about the downtown LA is that the building that's right there across the street from the new, you got the, well, where Sloss Furnace is. If you're coming from that side, like you're coming, from Shelby County, and you go just past Sloss Furnace, and that first light there in Leeds, the building there on the left, but they'd be on the far left, not the closest corner. That little building there, it's now a dentist office. That actually used to be a hospital. So, and it was like in the early 1900s. So, my point being in all this is it could have been a freaking house like building and not a hospital that,
This is
that
true.
people are looking for. Because this little building downtown Leeds, you would never look at that and go, oh, that was a hospital.
Yeah,
So it could have
even
been.
thus, like how does a hospital go missing regardless of what's
Well,
under it?
right, just disappear. So, I mean, yeah, we're going to have to dig, we're going to have to investigate, inspect,
Absolutely.
and research, do what spirit does and dig up and see what we can come up with this on Jack Hole Road. And we'll get the team together. We were supposed to do an investigation this weekend,
Yeah, I did
but
mention that.
it did get canceled, so we'll be doing that next month. Which with the COVID outbreak everywhere, I think is probably a good thing. And Jess being sick, and I just got over this crap. Had it for 3.5 weeks. Jess is going into her second week with it now, so It's just best that we all stay locked in, quarantined at home right now anyway, and kind of see where all this goes. So it gives us nothing but time to do some research and looking up these places that we would like to get out to. Jack Cole Road being one that would be outside. So we'll have to get the team together, on conference call and see, who would be down to maybe go out and do something like that. And maybe that's something that, depending on internet signal, I'm sure it's deep in the boondocks. Maybe we could do some live from out there. At minimum, we could record some video to share, on our YouTube.
Yeah.
And speaking of our YouTube, we're still not back on our YouTube. We've not heard a word. All of
Nope.
our fans, please go and email YouTube and protest that they removed Alabama Skeleton Key off of YouTube because we've done nothing wrong. But we are going to work on it this week. We're going to mount a new YouTube channel, so, and if we get taken down again, we will know exactly where it came from. We will take it as a personal attack and we will begin to attack back. And I hate to be petty like this, y'all. People that don't know, what we're talking about and stuff, this is probably just somebody being so petty and so stupid and so childish, just to report us because we've done absolutely nothing wrong. We may offend someone with our beliefs or maybe our non-beliefs or whatever you want to look at. But if y'all are going to pick on little old us because you don't believe in what we believe in, man, you're sheltered because there's a whole lot more out there on the internet that's offensive and has a lot more to say about your beliefs than what we do. I mean,
Yeah.
so move on about your business and leave us alone because we're still on the things YouTube and we appreciate that. And again, that's kind of why we know that this was a personal attack because we were not removed from the things YouTube. We were removed from our own Alabama Skeleton Key YouTube. So
But
that would be a good lead into thank things for having us, for having our teammate Jonicia, the Empress J, has taken our time slot now on Thursday night. So we appreciate everybody that's moved to the 10 to 11 time spot with us. And we're so excited that Jonicia had a booming great show tonight.
absolutely.
We also, want to thank things for having us. Both of our shows, Alabama Skeleton Key and Unlocked and Uncensored on Sunday nights, and Alabama Skeleton Key here on Thursday nights. We want to thank Jeremy and, let him know we're still sending him well wishes and thoughts and prayers. And I've got a couple of other people that are special to me that I've seen today that have gone on ventilators due to COVID. So I do want to let those people know that I'm thinking about them. I'm thinking about your families. I'm praying. Um, I don't want to get off on a rant here, and this is not political. This is, if y'all don't have a vaccine, please go get one. We are not
And
going to
if nothing
stop this
else,
pandemic.
put on a damn mask.
Yeah, I mean we're not going to stop this pandemic. Believe the scientists. The scientists have, you know, all the vaccines I've ever got in my life. I've never known what the hell was in them, and I got them because the doctors they said we had to. And now the doctors are saying we will not stop this pandemic until the everybody is vaccinated. Be thankful that we live in the United States, where we're able to get vaccines because there are countries right now that want a vaccine and can't get it. So, like I said, I don't want to make this political. I'm scared. I'm scared. I've already lost people. I know, people on my team have lost their parents. They've lost their aunts, Jess being one of them. We have lost too many people. So please, please, please consider getting a vaccine. If not for yourself, for your grandmother, your mom, your kids. I mean, it's just so important. If you don't believe me, go look at your Facebook. There's probably all kinds of people sick right now, with COVID. So, um,
Anyways,
I
we
will,
won't get off on
yes,
that
I
too.
will move on from that now.
Mhm.
And again, we want to just say we're wishing Jeremy well and all these other people out there that are sick right now. And we will be here Sunday night, as always, at midnight, providing we
Hopefully,
don't have it.
we'll be a little more prepared and less technical issues, because
Yeah,
hopefully I'll be
and with
feeling
a
better
lot
as
of the
well.
I think a lot of the problem also tonight was Jess and I usually will try to get on a few minutes early and make sure we've got some glitches worked out, even though it doesn't seem that way. We usually do. And tonight, because Jess was streaming Jonicia's live show on our StreamYard, we didn't get the chance to link up between the two of us and make sure my shit was working right over here. So we apologize. We're gonna have to come up with some kind of a better system, but we'll get it worked out. And it's
We'll
Alabama
figure it out.
skeleton key. I mean, it's Alabama skeleton key. We're always. It's like we are
I need
doomed
to make us new
to.
tech-based logos, since we always have technical
Right.
issues.
We're
Instead of the
yeah.
galaxy, we'll have the ones and zeros programmings, all in
Yeah.
a.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we maybe I need to, maybe we need to do some witchcraft to maybe
Maybe.
to to remove the technical issues. I'm really feeling that maybe we need to do that.
Well, and it gets us off on a weird foot, because we're not, we're all prepared to do this, and then everything goes wrong, and then it throws us off for the rest of the evening.
Hmm. So yeah, I think we should definitely do that. When you're feeling better, I think we need to um we need to do some witchcraft to remove the technical issues that we seem to face on
It's
Alabama
fine, man.
Skeleton Key.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, you were not
it
the only one who had autocorrect issues tonight. Called toe bottom of the Smokies. He meant
well, there we
knee,
go.
not toe.
There we go. So, um,
Not the top of the toe or the nail, just toe bottom.
right, right. So again, thank all of you who've joined. And I know we lost some viewers. We started out with a lot, and we lost a lot on the way with our technical issues. We apologize every time we're on here. We seem to have these problems, but we're gonna put our magic to work, and I guess it'll be proof if we can magically remove our technical issues and everybody can see live, part that we removed it. So we'll have to be, well, we've already had the dark moon, but we'll find some kind. Oh, we got a cleansing coming up, so maybe during that time when we do the cleansing, we
Yeah,
can do some shit to remove our technical issues, because we'll have some witches together doing that cleansing. I
yeah,
actually
sounds
think
good.
Jonicia is going to join us on that, and I know the Lhasa is going to join us on it. Yumi, and I'm not sure who else is, if anyone else is going to join the cleansing. I will put it out there. Um, since you've been sick for the last few days, I've not aggravated you 500 times like I normally do in a day. I've tried to let you get some rest. um, I did mention to it must have been Thalassa, and it was Stella wasn't at class the other night, so it must have been Thalassa Tuesday night when we were in class, about the post cleanse investigation, and we thought we might kind of open that up again to special invite, to maybe some of the past people who have come to our other investigations, at a, not necessarily charge them a fee, but let them donate equipment, or buy us a meal, or and not really go in and provoke, just go in and see if anything is still happening, because we know that we're gonna have to cleanse Graceland more than once. So we know that Mary is, probably not going to leave easily.
No.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's just something for you to, roll around in your head and give feedback, whenever you're feeling up to it. And y'all, I'm just involving y'all in like our team chat because we haven't caught up here in a few days. So, and since we were not able to kind of go over Jack Cole Road together and we were jumping back and forth, whether we were online or offline, we'll just wrap up these last few minutes with just a little spirit talk and what's going on. I will say that Tiffany has been working on a newsletter. Did you see that, Jess? I think she sent it to me and you.
I
I
do have it
have
in my
to.
email. I have not actually been able to sit and read it though.
I've got to. I tried to open it up on my phone when she sent it to me. I think I was. I don't even remember what I was doing, but I was trying to read it on my phone and it was kind of jumbled together. So I'm gonna have to look at it on my computer. But for those of you who would like to subscribe to our spirit newsletter, we won't bombard you with, um, a million emails. You're going to get like one 4 times a year. And it just kind of lets you know what we're up to, what's going on. Maybe put a spooky story in there. Maybe throw in a recipe or something from one of the team members' kitchen. Just some,
Seven
us.
layer
We're
demon dip.
weird. Right. Well, we're weird and unusual, so we'll never know what the hell you're going to get from us. So
Nope.
if you would like to subscribe and get, because we're not on at midnight, Sam, I have to be good. We have to save that for the after midnight show. I've almost slipped a few times. So don't F me up.
Here's the QR code
and
if you guys want it. That'll lead you directly to our
um
website where you can sign up for the newsletter and all sorts of other things. Find out all
right,
about
so
us.
take your phones right now and scan that. That's all you gotta do. Take your phones right now and scan that. Go to our website, subscribe to our newsletter, do everything on our website that you can. Go meet the team. Uh, Check out Matt, the Twinkie as we call him, has worked really hard. So check out our website. Send us an email. Tell us you love us, you like us, you hate us.
No, I was
Um,
not censoring her. Though if we need
if
it, I
you
do I
send
do
us,
have it
if
here. And you see how our what our high score is, right?
right, right. Um, so yeah, if you send us hate email, just
We like
remember
that
you are
too. We're
sent.
gonna read it live on our
Yeah,
live
we're gonna.
show.
Yeah, yeah, we'll
Name and
spend
yeah.
like maybe we'll do that the last Sunday of the month in 2022. We'll put our haters on blast. We'll call you out
A New Year's
live.
roast.
Yes, we'll call you out live for being a hater and hating us because we love all of you. We don't care who you love, who you voted for, who you pray to. We love all of you. Jess said it one time very well. You know, how did you say it? Something about, we want you to
I'm
eat. We don't want you to
we want you to
starve.
eat. We don't want you to starve. We just don't want you to eat at our table.
Right, right. So, just because we may not agree with you and we won't invite you over for Sunday dinner, doesn't mean that we hate you, and we wish bad things on you. But I will warn you again. Here's my little warning for those who, get us kicked off YouTube and shit. I am making a witch bottle this week. So what you send to me will come back to you tenfold. I'm not the standard, ain't no standard bitch witch over here. No basic witch. Ain't no threefold shit here. I'm sending it back tenfold. So
Hmm.
fuck with me. There I said it. There I said it, Sam. Mess with me and it's gonna bounce back on you. That's what my little which jar is for. So I guess it was almost 11. So it's, 12 on the East Coast. So I didn't do too bad. I got almost to the end of the show before I let the F bomb. There you go. That's it. Days without the F bomb. So it is 11
Anyway,
o'clock, y'all, and 11:01 now. So thank y'all for joining us. And Jess, we hope you get well over there. Kate,
me
I know you're
too. I'm
somewhere in the
fixing.
I
Yes,
know you're
Cade's
in the
right over here on the
background
other side of the
somewhere,
room.
Kate, listening. So I hope you get better too. And I hope Williams gets all of his demons out of him tonight
I'm
over
telling you, it
there.
sounded like he exercised himself.
Right. So
You
and
took that
thank
medicine?
everybody for watching us. Thank you, things, and thank you, Joe, again for your fabulous show tonight. And Jeremy,
And
again, we're wishing you well. And thanks, everyone. We appreciate the love and support we get from all of you. And we'll see y'all Sunday night at midnight. And just go ahead and hit them with the what's the final thought of the evening.
the final thought of the evening, Dayquil Vapocool for exorcisms at home.